All right, how's it going, everybody? My name is Mark Harmon. This is the Comic on Demand show. This is the show where I'm going to draw a 4-panel comic in about an hour or so. But right now, I have no idea what I'm going to draw because I'm going to let you decide what to draw. Yes, that's right. I'm going to be your live draw monkey right now. So, here is some little ground rules of how this show works, just in case you're new. I'm going to put the word go in the chat, and then the first two suggestions that come in after that, those are the two suggestions that I'm going to use and combine them together and turn them into a 4-panel comic that will look something like this. See, I got this snazzy pre-made printed out thing here that says Comic on Demand, and it's all ready to go. But as you can see, it's blank. So I'm going to let you decide what I'm going to let you tell me what to draw. But I have a couple ground rules. So first off, I'm not going to take any suggestions of anything like overly graphic or violent or sexual or political or hot button or whatever. Right? We're just having a good time here. We're just goofing around. So I want to keep this sort of as PG as possible. And I'm not going to do any suggestions of any sort of like brand names or other intellectual properties like SpongeBob or Superman or Pepsi or whatever, because I don't know how YouTube treats this whole thing, especially if I ever start monetizing. I don't know what kind of strikes they're going to give me by any copyright things or whatever. So I just want to avoid that. And yeah, I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. So those are the rules. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the word go in the chat, and the first two suggestions that I see on my end, the first two things that come in after my comment in the chat, those are two things that I'm going to turn into a 4-panel comic. All right, so let's get this going. You're going to see a little screen with my face and a bubble coming out my nose, and hopefully I time it right to where you'll see that, and then you'll see the go. We'll see how that goes. All right, where do we go? All right, we have our first two suggestions. Our first suggestion is Gorilla from Wayne Harmon and Lemons from Skis. All right, so our two suggestions are Gorilla and Lemons. So I am going to combine Gorilla and Lemons to make a hopefully funny 4-panel comic. Oh, hey, before I get going, you guys see the sweet Lego plant I got going on here? See, now I look like a legit show, huh? Because now I have a fake plant. Fake plants make for good shows. All right. Okay, Gorilla and Lemons. Let's see. Gorillas are strong. They could squeeze lemons. Lemons, life gives lemons. Gorillas. So I'm trying to just kind of piece this out in my mind here. Sometimes, like when you all give me suggestions, sometimes I'll immediately get ideas, and sometimes I just draw a blank. So let's see. Lemons is from Ella and Lucas. All right. Well, shout out to Ella and Lucas. All right, Gorillas and Lemons. Okay, let's see. And sometimes I just totally blank, and like I'm blanking right now. Gorilla and Lemons. Let's see. All right. Okay, I just blinked out there for a second, but that means my brain started the cogs started turning. So I'm getting an idea now. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little establishing shot of. I'm gonna do some people walking in like a jungle or something. But I'm kind of trying to decide like what angle to put these people at here. Like, do I just get it from the back or like a top down? Well, a top down bird's eye views are hard. Bird's eye views are hard to draw. If you don't pull it off right, it looks kind of funky. Let's just start drawing like a palm tree type thing here. Okay, we got kind of a hint of a palm tree thing. Maybe like some hints of some vines with like some leaves or something on the vines. Let's do. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna just give like a hint of a path. But I'm not gonna put anybody on the path yet because I only have an hour and I'm gonna be lazy. So I do not want to sit there and keep drawing humans over and over and over. So I'm just gonna give the hint of some humans here. I've had some people ask about, so far, I don't know if I mentioned this or not yet, but this is episode 7. I've had some people ask me about, because I said that when these are done, that I then will sell the original, and I haven't set that up yet, but I will, I promise. I'm going to set it up to where you can then, if you want, you can buy the original drawing here that I'm doing. Let's have this person holding a machete. Maybe it's his mother's lucky machete. Um, 10 points if you can tell me what movie that's from. Let's make some sound effects right here. So, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? How was the? I was gonna ask Wayne and Amber, how's the tri-tip? But it wasn't tri-tip. It was like prime rib or something like that. Okay. So I got some people going through the forest. Karen says her Thanksgiving was great. Did you get stuck in an airport again or no? And Amber says it was very yummy. Okay, let's do. We had prime rib, and it was delicious. That's right, it was prime rib. Haha, I remembered. Sometimes my memory works. Skis says, I lost a race to my 57-year-old dad because I pulled my hamstring. Yep, your dad told me about that. That's pretty great. Don't worry, I probably would have pulled something too. Oh no, getting stuck at the airport this time, huh, Karen? That's sad. But you did have deep fried turkey, so that makes up for it, I guess. I guess if you can't get stuck in an airport, you might as well have deep fried turkey, as my mom always says. I'm just kidding. My mom's never said that in her life. Get more in the middle here. Sometimes I forget that I'm actually drawing on camera, and so I don't put the drawing in the camera. I know that sounds dumb that I'm doing a show where I'm drawing on camera. I never get to put the drawing on the camera. But that's how it do be sometimes. There is a chance for Christmas. Yeah, you can get stuck in the airport again. I think you should try to get stuck in the airport. You know what? I think you should make that a tradition. I think you should, like, everybody has their thing, right? Like a family tradition. Maybe you could make your family tradition getting stuck in the airport alone by yourself. And then you can film it. And then we can all enjoy your alone in the airport escapades. I'm gonna give this kid some weird hair just because I can. Oh, you're gonna get stuck in the airport just for me? That's... Alright, you know what, Karen, here's the deal. If you if you get stuck in an airport, even by accident or purpose, I don't care which one. If you get stuck in an airport and you film it and you whip the camera around and show that you're the only one there, and you maybe do some yells and have it echo throughout the whole airport, I will mail you an original of this for free. How's that sound? Is that a deal? You show me a video of you at the airport all by yourself, and I will give you a free Comic on Demand original drawing. How's that for a deal? Corbin says, new movie idea, Christmas at the JFK International Airport. Wasn't that Home Alone? Didn't they go to JFK? I don't remember where that movie takes place. You know, I decided I didn't like that kid's hair. I thought it'd be fun to draw that weird hair, and I just decided I didn't like it. He looked too, I wanted to give him more of a rich preppy hairdo. I have a rough, vague idea of what this kid's going to be saying, but I don't have like a fully formed idea of what he's going to be saying. I'll give you a hint of another dude's hand right here, because he's walking behind him. Ella says, wow, that hair looks like a real hair. Yes, it does. Well, thank you, Ella. I do try. Okay, here, I gotta move my... Whoop, earthquake. Gotta move my camera real quick. Here we go. Kind of running out of space over here. Okay, oh, Isla, sorry. That's what I meant. My wife's back here behind the computer correcting me. Okay, let's see. Fun fact, when certain monkeys are bored, they like to throw up and then drink it. I personally saw it at the Denver Zoo. That's really gross. I know monkeys throw poop, and I bet if I was bored enough, I'd probably throw my poop. I mean, I'd probably wear some gloves first, of course, because that's gross. Why would you touch your own poop without gloves on? But yeah, definitely wear gloves if you're gonna throw poop. That's just that's some good life advice right there. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna have the dude here. Make sure I'm on camera. Okay. So I don't know if I've drawn a mustache in every single Comic on Demand yet, but there is a good number of them. So you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw this dude a mustache, because apparently comics are better with a mustache. Wayne says it always comes back to poop. Yep. That's because my last name's Harmon. And that's how we roll, baby. I just today on Instagram, all of my siblings have like a group message together on Instagram, and we send each other funny stuff. And just today I found there was this video where this guy was talking about relationships, and he was like, he was kind of talking about like, there's one thing that a person has to have in order for him and for a relationship to work, is they have to come from a home that's a fart positive home. So it's like, if it's a fart positive home, and it said, if the toot isn't a hoot, then you get the boot. And I was like, dude, that's my family. Because like I mentioned this, I think back in like episode 1, every Thanksgiving when my family gets together, the conversation at the table always turns to poop or farts or something. Every time, always. And so, my poor mother. I don't think I think she put up with it pretty good. I don't think she totally enjoyed it, and I think she would rather that the conversation went somewhere else. but you know, that's how it works somehow. Sometimes. Amber says that's definitely the Harmon home for sure. Yeah. You want to hear like a really embarrassing story about me and my wife when we were first engaged? Hun, do I have permission to tell the story? It's more embarrassing for me, really. She's not really that much involved in this story. But we were engaged, and we're sitting at this park having like a picnic or something. And I was like, and I asked her the question. I was like, so when can I start farting around you? And she was like, what? And hey, I thought it was a legitimate question. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole time we were dating, I was holding them in, man. And it just hurt. Like at the end of every single date, I was just in bloated pain. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta know. I had to let her know, you were getting married to a gaseous individual. So I gotta know that this is gonna work out. You're gonna let me know when I can just start letting loose. So that I'm not in pain. Because if we're gonna get married, I can't be in pain for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a legitimate question. Okay. So this Comic on Demand so far is going to be a little bit different. Because normally I've drawn, right now I'm 3 panels in and I haven't even drawn the suggestions yet of either Gorilla or Lemons. But just you wait. Amber says, the first time I met the family, I was sitting by Wayne, and the next thing I hear is all of you boys farting around me. I was going beet red that day. Dude, that is an initiation for sure. Okay. All right. You know what? This is. I'm gonna zoom out here. This is the time where I need to go to the Googles and get some reference because right off the top of my head, I do not know what a gorilla looks like. I mean, like, I got a vague idea of what a gorilla looks like. But it's one of those things where it's like, nah, I know what a gorilla looks like. And then you go to draw one and you're like, no, you know what? I guess I don't know what a gorilla looks like. So let's see, how many more times can I say gorilla? Let's see. I do gorilla running because I'm going to have the gorilla running. Here, I'll do this so that... Alright, now you all have something to look at besides just me staring blankly into nothingness. But as you can see, my screen is all blurry and stuff just because, again, I don't copyright stuff. I don't know when I'm going to get dinged on and not dinged on. I have no idea. I don't know like what I can and can't show live on YouTube. So just to cover my buns, I'm going to blur the screen while I'm looking for reference here. See, that's a good one, but that's a side view. I don't want a side view. I want like a... That was pretty good. There are... All right. Look, I know I'm not drawing and this isn't super interesting, but there's some pretty funny pictures of gorillas on the internet. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. There are funny pictures of gorillas on the internet. Yeah, let's do that and I'll make it work. It's goofy, but I'll make it work. Okay, sweet. All right. McDonald's. Okay. I'm going to... Why does my chat disappear when I do that? That's weird. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw these dudes again. I think this might be like the most humans I've drawn so far. And I was just about to say, usually you guys make me draw like a blob or a jar of peanut butter or something. You don't make me draw humans. But then I realized you didn't tell me to draw a human. I did that on my own. So, yeah. I was going to blame you all for this. But... Okay. Holy moly. Okay, so my wife just gave me the signal. Let me just do this real quick. Just trying to draw this stuff real fast. These people running away. All right. Since you haven't changed the suggestion, I kind of forgot what you were drawing since I don't see any gorilla lemons. Oh, man. I don't know how many times I'm gonna do this. Or how many times I'm gonna, oh my gosh. All right. So hold on, forgive me for a second. Gorilla and lemons. So usually I put it onto the top of the screen right here. And I've now gone, we're now 37 minutes into this and I just now put it there. Awesome. Okay, but it is also time for the mid suggestion. So if you missed the suggestion on the first ones, now's your chance to get a little suggestion in, and this is what I call the mid-stream suggestion. So we're going to do the same thing as the beginning. I'm going to put a little screen up, and I'm going to go in the chat, And the first thing that comes in after go, I'm going to put that in the background somewhere. Okay. So after you see the word go in the chat, put a suggestion in there. Okay, we got our mid suggestion of an army turkey. An army turkey. An army turkey? A turkey in the army? All right. Whatever, man. You got it. Army turkey. Whatever that means. Okay, let's do... Actually, you know, so usually I put it like in the second panel, but I think I'm gonna put it in this first panel. So let's do, shoot, now what does a turkey look like? Turkey that has been in the army. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. I figured as much. Turkey in the army, army turkey. I got it. What does a turkey's beak do? Does it super curve up or down? Or turkey's got the gobbly thing? Okay. Whew. This particular Comic on Demand is very extensive as far as the amount of stuff I'm drawing here. There's some kind of gun. I don't really know. An army hat. Is that an army hat? All right, can y'all see that? It's a turkey with a helmet and a gun, and he's hiding behind this tree. Okay, all right. There's your turkey army. All right, let's finish this thing up here. So usually by this time I'm totally inking by now. But holy smokes, I'm not even close to ink. Well, no, I'm close, but man, this might be one of those, because I usually try to get the whole thing inked, like drawn and inked in an hour, so you can get an idea of like what it looks like and what it's gonna look like. And it's also more of just an exercise of just like, it's just a challenge for me. Like, can I do it? Can I draw and ink a 4-panel comic in an hour when I have like no planning and no idea what I'm doing? And so far, I've done pretty good, but this might be the one where I'm not really close to done. So as you can maybe see, they are lemon gorillas. Ta-da! So if you were confused as to what in the world I was drawing, there you go. Not only do I have lemon and gorillas, I'm drawing lemon gorillas. Lemons? Lemons? Lemillas? Whatever. Where's this other picture? I had another picture for reference here. That's a goofy picture. Oh. All right. Lemons, lemonillas. Oh, see, Karen, you're too smart for your own good. Karen basically spoilers. She basically just guessed my punchline here. So this kid's gonna say something like, "Oh, are we done yet? This is so boring," or whatever. And then the dad's gonna be like, "Sometimes life gives you lemons." And then it's gonna be like, "And sometimes it gives you lemon gorillas," or something. Or lemonillas, or gorilla lemons, or whatever. And that's it. That's the joke. It doesn't make sense, really, but that's the joke. Sometimes life gives you gorilla lemons, you know? Sometimes the lemons are just so big. It feels like they're so big that they're gorillas instead of lemons. Like they're very aggressive lemons or something. Sometimes life gives you aggressive lemons. How's that for a deep thought? All right. Okay. Let me just give you, before I start inking, there's a little view of the 4-panel comic. And I always show, here's my tools. If I can find the camera. There's a Pigma Micron 5. You can find them at your nearest retail store, or Walmart or something. One of these days I'll have maybe like an affiliate link or something. So then I'm like, hey, you want to go buy these tools? And you can just go to this link that I'm providing. And then you click on the link and then you go buy those things. And then I get a little kickback, and that would be neat. All right, I'm about to ink this hair, and let's hope it still looks like real hair when I'm done inking it. Because sometimes things look good in pencil, and they look good in a sketch, and then when you start doing the inks, well, then it stops looking cool. So let's hope it'll still look like hair, even in the inks. Karen really likes the army turkey. So I think these mid suggestions are funny because they have like absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the comic. Not that these like always make sense, but like I try to kind of make them make sense. So they're not just like totally weird and random. Not that that's bad, because I've drawn weird and random comics that don't really make sense. But they add sort of a funny element of like, what in the world is this all about? And it's like never addressed in the rest of the comic anywhere. Like this kid or this dude, they're not even going to recognize or acknowledge that there's a turkey in the jungle with a helmet and a gun. But I think that's what makes it funny. I need to sell shirts, some with these designs on them, but especially with one that says, I want a quesadilla. Oh, I could. I already even have, I have that design. I could just throw it up on there. That'd be easy because it's basically already done. But I do have, I don't know if anybody's checked it out yet, but I do have a store on Redbubble. And it should be functioning. You should see stuff on there. And I have shirts, but like I have shirts with just like the logo, like the Comic On Demand logo, like the one in the corner right here, the one that says COD. And then I have one that says the Comic On Demand show. And those ones have like t-shirts and hats and stuff. But I don't know. I thought it was weird. I thought it'd be weird to put like the actual comic on a t-shirt and hat. But I don't know. Maybe it's not weird. I had regular merch stuff like shirts and hats with the logo on it. And then I just had like prints. Like you could buy a print of the comic. Because I don't know. I thought having the comic on a t-shirt would be weird. But I don't know. Maybe it's not weird. You guys tell me. Is that weird? All right, and for these bigger lines, oh, whoops, I forgot to zoom in again. Sorry. This is a Pentel brush pen. It has kind of this tip like this. That's like a paintbrush. T-shirts. Do you have some that say Mark Harmon logo that's behind you? No, I don't. Not yet. I can put some on there though. Like I'm not trying to like separate me personally from Comic On Demand. Like I'm not purposely trying to like keep them separate or anything like that. But I don't know, I just kind of, for some reason I don't know, I'm like keeping them separate or something. So it's just Comic On Demand merch in the Redbubble store. And the thing too is I probably should check like the quality of stuff since it's gonna have like my logo and stuff on it. So I don't even know like how good the stuff is. I don't know if it's high quality stuff, and I'm not even totally sure on like the prices, like if the prices for those things in my shop are like reasonable or if they're outrageous. I have no idea. I'm going to, I'm just going to put this blank thing over this because I'm going to put my hand right here, and I don't want my hand to smudge the ink that I've already put down. My wife says just do the Gorilla Lemon on a shirt. I could do that. I could even, see, I never thought about that. I could sort of break it up. Like, let's see, it's not the one I did last. It's not the last one I just did, but it was like two episodes ago. I think it was episode 5, where I did like a blob dance. I don't know. I might just have a t-shirt with 2 blobs dancing. I guess that could be weird and funny and cool. People could just buy a shirt with 2 old blobs dancing. It's kind of, it's weird and random and hipster enough that it might be cool, right? See, Karen just put in the chat the blob dancers, and in about 40 seconds she's going to hear me talk about the blob dancers because there's a delay. So she was actually being very prophetic when she put that in the chat, because she put it in the chat while I was saying it, but you're not going to hear it for about 40 seconds because of the delay. So she's being very prophetic. Maybe that means it's a good idea. I searched Mark Harmon on Redbubble, and it's just a bunch of weird fan art of Mark Harmon, the NCIS actor. I'm not sure why I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, don't search Mark Harmon, search Comic on Demand. That's kind of what it's kind of what I was just talking about, is I'm kind of separating myself from it, but like not purposely in some sort of weird way or anything, but I just wanted it to be its own thing. And then I think it's just because maybe I wanted to, like, if I ever wanted my art to have its own thing, then they wouldn't be confused or whatever. So I was like, I'll just have Comic on Demand be its own thing, and then my arts be its own thing. That way it'd be easy to search out. So that way you just search Comic on Demand, and then you should just find it instead of searching Mark Harmon. But yeah, I've always had that problem of, if people who try to look me up on the internet, they don't get me, they get that actor. And I get at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 emails a year of somebody emailing me or giving me some kind of message through Facebook or something, where they're like, "Hey Mark, I just wanted to say I loved the latest episode of NCIS. It was so great, blah blah blah, and I know this is weird and I'm a big fan." And I just I've had some people tell me that I should just pretend to be him and like whatever, but I just can't do it, man. I just can't bring myself to to lie to people like that. It would be fun. It really would, but so yeah, I already have enough people. Like, even if you do a Google image search of Mark Harmon illustration, you'll get illustrations of the actor Mark Harmon. So it's like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's a pain in the butt when I'm trying to do like marketing things. So like, I can't do markharmon.com, and I can't do Mark Harmon on the Twitter or Mark Harmon on Instagram. Like, I always have to use some sort of weird something or whatever. So anyway, that was a long explanation of why it's just Comic on Demand on Redbubble. Instead of my name. Because I don't want people to get what you just got. Alright, for this silhouette, I'm going to use the big brush. Big brushing. It was funny. I since took it down because of this problem. But I used to have like a fan page on Facebook. And I always knew when a new season of NCIS came out. Because I would start to get like, all of a sudden, I'd get like this influx of like 3 or 4 new people liking my page. Like every week. And the thing is, like, on Facebook, it has a profile picture and the cover image and whatever, right? And it was not a picture of that dude. It was a cartoon picture of my face. And people still didn't get it, I guess. So they still thought I was that actor. And people thought that my fan page was his fan page. And they would send me funny messages. I do miss the funny messages. I do. Like that was hilarious. So I'm not complaining about getting funny messages. But it was like, oh, these people aren't actually here for me. They're here for this other guy who they think I am. And that's kind of a punch in the ego, you know? Like, you think you're cool because all of a sudden a bunch of people are starting to like your page. And you're like, dude, what's going on? I'm starting to get some traction, baby. Then it's like, nope. People just think you're somebody else. Yeah, good times. I like drawing mustaches. Have I said that already? I think I said that already. But I like it. I like drawing mustaches, and I'm not going to apologize for that. What are we at? Oh man, we're overtime. So we're at an hour, but there's not like a rule saying that I can't go over an hour. So whatever. I'm just going to keep doing this, and if you all want to keep hanging around, you can keep hanging around. But usually I go to about an hour, and then I wrap it up. But that's usually because I'm way more ahead than I am now. Because I'm drawing a more extensive comic than I usually do, I think. People with backpacks and hats and buckles. And usually I'm drawing little alien dudes with no pants on. Or I'm drawing old slime things. So anyway, I'm gonna keep trucking. And if you want to keep hanging around, that's cool. If you got other stuff to do, that is also cool too. And here's the best part. If you want to leave, I'm not going to know it. Because because I do not have a camera pointing at you, so I don't know what you're doing. What's he gonna say? This dude right here. He's gonna say something about like, well, son, sometimes life gives you lemons. And then, I don't know, he's gonna be shouting, but never gorilla lemons or something. I don't know. Something like that. Something about life gives you lemons. Whoops. I'm like, see, now if I was like a real professional artist, I would have started on this one and worked my way over so that I wouldn't be like smudging it, because since I'm working this way over, so like I should have drawn this kid first and then worked my way over to this guy. But since I didn't, now I have to cover him up or else I'm gonna smudge him. And that's another reason why I'm doing these traditionally. Like, part of it is so that I have like something to sell at the end. But part of it is also that I don't really do a whole lot of traditional artwork anymore. It's like 99% digital. And I've kind of gotten out of the groove of doing traditional stuff. So it's a practice. Like, I'm doing it for a practice to like see if I can draw things on the fly, and it's practice to see if I can draw traditionally again. So I've gotten so used to like I mess up and I just Command Z, I just undo. We got Edgar and Colette. Hola. And hola to you, Edgar and Colette. Welcome to the Comic On Demand show. Thanks for joining. Okay, I think I'm just gonna put some simple inks on this last panel, and then I think we'll call it good for tonight. And then usually, because after I'm done, like I'll go off camera, and it's usually like tomorrow, like during the day, I go through and actually like, I erase the pencil stuff, and then I'll go through and actually like add a little more detail, make it look a little more nice. So the actual drawing will look a little bit different than what you see here. It'll have more detail and more to it. But I just wanted to show like the whole process from beginning to end, or at least to most of the end anyway. are we going to see any color on those lemon gorillas? Little yellowish tint. I don't know. Like probably not in the original drawing. I don't do any colors on the original drawing. But the like the prints that I have on my Redbubble store, I go through and I put these drawings in Photoshop, and then I color them and make them like full color illustrations, full color comics. And then I put those in the Redbubble store to buy as prints and stuff. So in the print, yeah, dude, they'll totally look more like lemons. But on the original, yeah, probably not. I mean, I don't know. I've thought about it for some of these other ones that I've drawn that, like, I was like, maybe I should put, maybe not even like color, but like I have some gray markers. And if anybody's sort of familiar with my drawing style, I do, it's called cell shading. That's kind of like the technique that I use for like doing shadows and stuff. And cell shading basically just means like really hard edge shadows that you see mostly in like cartoons and stuff. So I thought about doing like some cell shading with just like a gray marker to just sort of add shadows and stuff to these originals. And I don't know, I still might, I don't know. I mean, because I haven't really put them for sale anywhere yet. So I can go through and put that on. The lemon gorillas look like they could be a weird new Pokemon. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've seen weirder Pokemon that look like lamps, chandeliers, and like sarcophaguses and stuff. So why not a lemon gorilla? I almost feel like a lemon gorilla would be a little more realistic in the Pokemon realm than a chandelier Pokemon. The lemon gorillas would make a good shirt, yeah. See, I never even thought of any of this. Y'all are giving me some really good ideas here. Making shirts out of things that I never even thought to make shirts out of. See, and then they could be like really good conversation starters, right? Like you wear a lemon gorilla shirt out in public and someone's like, what's up with that lemon gorilla shirt? See, and then you could do some free advertising for me. Would it be sacrilegious if I called it you're proselytizing for me? Is that a wrong word? Should I not say that? What is it called? Free advertising. Spreading the good word of Comic on Demand. Shirt with the lemon gorilla fighting the panda berry. All kinds of fruit animals. See, now that would be like a super deep cut too for like Uber fans. I could do like a Super Smash Bros. Comic on Demand edition. I have like panda berries, fighting lemon gorillas, fighting old slime blobs, fighting jars of peanut butter. It could be like the whole Comic on Demand literary universe. I was going to say cinematic universe, but at this point in time, that doesn't make sense. Isla, I'm drawing some more hair. Might give these people some derp eyes because derp eyes are funny. All right. So we are super over time, but so for those of you who are still hanging around, thanks for still hanging around. We're like 15 minutes over what I usually do. But this comic is, I'm drawing lots of jungle and details and stuff. But anyway, here we go. Here is your Comic on Demand 4-panel comic of the suggestions of gorilla and lemons combined together to have gorilla lemons. That's not weird to say at all. But anyway, there it is. There's the comic. So as always, everybody, thanks for coming. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for supporting this. Thanks for giving me your suggestions. Make sure to give that like and subscribe button a nice, soft, gentle click. Don't smash it like everybody tells you to do. So like it, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll have the originals for sale sometime. I don't know when I'm going to have it. I'll have it sometime. But thanks for showing up. This has been the Comic on Demand show. And we will see you next week.